Is sustainability the new trend in influencer marketing?
Hey ladies and gents, thanks for coming to this panel. We are going to talk a little bit about, is sustainability a new trend in influencer marketing? And I've got two amazing panelists that will be joining us, and I'll let you guys start at the end. Give us an intro.
Yeah. So this is Noureddine Khiti from Morocco and living in Germany, running e-commerce solution company called COD Shopee. It's the first solutions of online stores that are based on cash on delivery. Okay, that's worldwide. And apart of this, we have e-commerce stores in Europe. Multiple six-figures e-commerce stores, and also we have other solutions like shipping search engine that is called Shipper.me. It compares which shipping company works for you better. Okay, so these are some insights about my company.
Sort of surfaces the values that
Yes.
and clarifies them. And so when you look at influencer marketing as a whole, especially when sustainability is an outcome that focuses on a core set of values that everyone needs to agree on, whether it's empathy, whether it's growing a certain industry or the practices of that industry. They all are fundamentally rooted in this idea of, do we believe in the same value sets? And so elucidating that is going to be really, really critical. Now, for your company, when you're looking at the affiliate space, the marketing space, and you're working with affiliates, how are you finding the right affiliate for the right client in the e-commerce space? Because obviously the affiliate world is very, very wide, and there are lots of ways of approaching it, and you don't want to resort to essentially a spam approach. You really want to find the values that align. So how do you approach that problem set?
All right. So for us as a product producers, we look for an influencer that knows and teaches the customers how to buy online. Okay, whether they explain during their stories, whether on Instagram or TikTok, how orders can be submitted. Like if we happen to take cash on delivery, for example, we need something called the lead capture page. Okay, this lead capture page is not an ordinary store that we used to know as dropshippers or e-commerce figures. This lead capture page is something the client should enter their informations and submit their informations. So for me, if the influencer explains or how to order online, that's for me the right influencer. Why? Because he brings clients that are more targeted, and they can increase the AOV, which is the average order value. Okay, they can bring high quality customers. Let's put it this way. Okay, so for me, the influencer should be like this. Of course, influencer is not an affiliate. Affiliate is one thing, and influencer is another. Okay, so affiliate is someone who is skillful and able to bring sales. Influencers is someone who is able to influence people, okay, to do orders in your store. Let's put it this way. So affiliate or influencer, they don't match. Of course, they have some similarities if we happen to talk about the capability to bring sales. Of course, they have the same capacity, but when it comes to skills of digital marketing, they are slightly different, because an influencer is good at telling stories, okay? He's good at sharing informations, okay? But he's not good at digital marketing. Who is good at digital marketing is the affiliate, because the affiliate knows how to use the platforms and knows how to run ads online and bring sales and so on. You name it. Okay.
Yeah. So actually, I would agree that they are different, but I would say they are two sides of the same coin, so to speak. So in this scenario of outcomes, the influencer is really focused on telling stories, creating content that changes behavior to drive an outcome. The affiliate's focused on the performance side of that. And so actually what I see is the next couple of years is that merging to doing a hybrid model where the content and the performance are equally as important. With the best influencers, they actually are more often opting for affiliate payouts because they know the performance is good.
Yeah.
And so that's definitely merging. And I think what I'd like to circle back to is this idea of what drives the outcomes. So we talked about asking the right questions to surface the values, your idea of matchmaking the right customer. And if you think about what drives someone to take an action, you have to connect with them on their own value systems. Whether you're working with an executive in the corporate environment, or whether you're working with an affiliate or an influencer on the marketing space. And one of the biggest trends that is happening in the last, I would say, last 18 months, especially since pandemic, has been this focus on sustainability, and this idea that the global pandemic has made so much of the problems in the world become more pronounced, more obvious, more in discussion. And as a result, the value systems of audiences, especially consumer audiences, has more incorporated this idea of wanting to take action around sustainability in not just what they do, but in the products they consume. So in that sense, executives who are able to translate that vision into their internal operations explicitly and into their products are going to profit and grow, and same with the affiliates and the influencers. And so if you look at the emergence of the trend of sustainability across content, you'll see this thing.
Change the place.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, to hear you better.
Oh, the speakers, yeah, they're quite echoey.
Now I can hear you better.
So if you look at the trend in that sense, Mr. Beast is a large influencer who has tens of millions of followers on YouTube. And he just did a campaign to save the ocean. They raised tens of millions of dollars, I believe now, for ocean conservation. And as an influencer, he leveraged that existing cultural trend, and he did it for a non-profit, but it also raised his visibility within the space. And so what I'd like to turn back to you guys, based on that idea of identifying values, leveraging it within an organization or within a marketing campaign, what are some examples, if you've seen any, in companies you work with and individuals you work with, or in the campaigns that you've seen, that have leveraged sustainability in either case? Either one can go first.
For me, sustainability is the high time right now, because we need sustainability, because social media is going crazy, is going viral, and it gives masses. So sustainability is highly required right now, and for me I agree. It is the trend. And to sustain social media, we have to legalize it first and structure it, okay? To give the influencer the vision or the outlook, how that influencer is going to live within the upcoming 10 years, okay? So we do that, we need a lot of things, of course. Sustainability is just grosso modo, but what is inside is more important than just sustainability. What is inside is, for example, if we happen to talk about, for example, taxation, is influencer gonna pay taxes to live longer and be legal, or they just passing by influencers? Like today we have an influencer, tomorrow we have another. Okay, so that influencer we wanted to keep up. We wanted to stay with us for as long as it is needed. So for me, sustainability is the key. Okay, sustainability is something that is mandatory right now in social media. Of course, we're in the world of trends, which is today's world. We are going to cover this later on in the upcoming panel. We're going to cover the monitoring of the influencers, okay? Whether in the EU, inside the EU, or outside, or worldwide.
So yes, so looking at the value systems and where sustainability plays an effect in an organization and subsequently in their marketing, what are some examples you've seen of good implementation either with the executive teams that you've worked with or with teams that you've seen out there?
So I'm going to put it like as a foundation based on sustainability itself. So sometimes sustainability will help the company, and sometimes it will probably put the company in a negative, and I'll say why. The positive side, I mean, it's just a great message if you connect with the right sustainability, if it's social, if it's environmental, or if it's economic, whatever that is, it's totally fine. But you want to choose the right one that aligns to the moral purpose of the company. So it goes back to the identity of the company, but also the company needs to choose, or the executives need to choose the right sustainability from the 17 goals. I'm not quite sure if you guys know the 17 goals.
Exactly.
You can choose one of them, but choose the one that is the moral purpose based on the influencer, based on the company itself, so it's all aligned with the company. So that's one. The negative side is the shiny object, which is, okay, let's do some sustainability with the wrong thing, and it puts the company completely the opposite way. It ruins the reputation of a company because they didn't do the research of that sustainability program or whatever that is.
And you've seen that with a lot of companies that are hiring influencers that are in a sustainable space because like, oh, our product is not sustainable, but we want to hire you to look like we are. It's the greenwashing of things, as it were. And that definitely backfires a lot. There's actually an interesting paper that got released at COP26 at the conference about a week ago on climate change. And it was introduced by the VRF, the Value Reporting Foundation, I believe, or Value Reporting Framework Foundation. And it was on how large corporations, executive teams, can actually implement those value systems that they've surfaced and implement it in a way that creates sustainability and measures the financial outcome of sustainability to their shareholders. And I think that what we're seeing now is that sustainability is becoming more than just a trend. People are trying to understand, okay, well, how does that actually impact my business for better or for worse, and then measure that in a way that allows them to do it the right way in a way that has a financial outcome to their shareholders, so you're aligning the goals and the values of financial growth and improving the world, which I think is obviously a great thing. But I think for it to scale, you need to have that alignment, as you said. Otherwise, it definitely backfires.
The moral purpose.
Absolutely. We have a few more minutes left. If anyone has questions, just let us know. This is kind of we've got an extended time here we've not planned for, so we're going to go from there. But if you have any questions, raise your hand, come up, we'll definitely ask it. And if not, Hassan, what primary industries do you work in?
What kind of industry I work with?
What primarily most of your customers in?
So, well, it's a wide agency. I don't fully have a niche specifically, but I work with agency owners, I work with coaches, consultants, e-com, SaaS, and I mean, I started my business from like small local businesses. I mean, it was like small businesses, and then it went up to e-com, and then it went up a little bit to SaaS. But to be honest, I'm very passionate about e-com, like things that are in the health industry, passionate about coaches and consultants, because I love the personal development world. So I love to help executives, CEOs that want to impact the world, and at the same time have an impact, but serve, but also profit on top of that.
And I agree with that, because I think, sustainability, if you may, right? This idea of like, do I have an impact in a recurring basis, regenerative systems?
Yes.
You have to do that in a way that creates economic income or economic impact to then sustain that outcome. Yeah. And so I think that's something that we're seeing more of in the corporate world, as well as in the influencer space, as well as in the content space. What about yourself? Tell us a little bit about the verticals that you're primarily focused on.
All right. So as I denoted earlier, my main field of interest is e-commerce and its solutions. I'm not far from Hassan. We are in the same path. So e-commerce, of course, is always the trend of online marketing. E-commerce will never die because it is a business that is based on gagnant-gagnant or win-win scheme. Okay, so if we happen to take crypto, for example, we have beer, and what else? We have a beer and a bull. Okay, so what does it stand for? It stands for we have a winner and a loser. Okay, so it's not a win-win business model. So why e-commerce? E-commerce, you give a product, people give you your margin, you are a winner, and the consumer is a winner as well because he got the product, so he is a winner. And of course, if he is happy with the product or the satisfactory rate is at its level, that's gonna be certainly the beautiful match of win-win. Okay, so that's what we are looking for, especially in our SaaS platforms such as COD Shopee, which is the platform I talked to you about earlier. So mainly that's what I do. My company has 3 departments. Okay, so the first department, which is main department, is selling. Okay, La Vente. We sell our brands. Second company is solution. We have multiple platforms. Third is training. Okay, so these are the 3 main field of interest, but precisely e-commerce is the one I go for always.
I want to zero in on what you said about e-com, about creating a win-win situation, right? Some of the top brands that have in the e-com space, whether they're there's a Warby Parker, there's been a lot of Tom Shoes and all these other brands. They've actually grown on this mission of sustainability and making a win-win solution for both their advertisers themselves and their customers. And I would argue that a lot of what led to that success is this alignment around value systems and making sure that it actually translates into their e-com experience, into the experience of the customer when they put on the shoe, to put on the glasses, for example. And then also with their affiliates in a way that they only focused on affiliates that had the same ideologies as their mission. And so I think kind of wrapping up the panel, this idea of aligning value sets on all channels with the executives, to the marketing, to the e-com, to the influencer, and finding that combination to create a win-win solution, as you said, is what is necessary for sustainability to actually work in a profitable manner.
When it comes to e-commerce, for me, to sustain it, we surely have to provide the environment for it. What is the environment? The environment is the marketing tools for e-commerce. Okay, so to make the e-commerce a field that is gonna live forever, we have to provide it the most suiting environment, as I told you, and that's what we are doing right now. Okay, as a digital marketing experts, we are trying so hard to make good quality tools, okay, platforms, make it as good as we can, so that the consumer can take their goods at ease and the seller can be also happy with what he offered. So for me, that's what is needed, is proper tools, and I think that's the thing, because we are in the online realm, okay? So online we only need tools, but offline we need real services. So for me, that's what the field is really needed right now.
And having the right tools to translate across the value systems, the experience, and the offline experience. Cool. Well, thank you both. We have another panel coming up, actually a keynote, I believe, and then we'll be back to dive deeper into the influencer space in about 10, 20 minutes. So stay tuned, and we'll see everyone soon. Thank you.